Hey guys, I'm Andy, welcome back to Scottish Team Productions, another video. Today I'm doing another reading your comments, so let's get into it. So first things first, before I get into any comment, you guys suck. Good video. If I catch you drinking Monster, I will give you pains, sucker. Martin, you already have several times. Stop it. I've actually not been drinking that much Monster anymore. It's getting better. Although I will say I am still drinking it, but I'm not telling anyone when I've drunk it, so you can't give me a punishment if you don't know when I did it because you haven't caught me, so. Thanks to the extensive catch up. Keep up the good content, Andy. I will. And I've been really enjoying making the content that I've been doing. I've really enjoyed building the layout that you can't see because a lot has changed and I can't wait to bring you the next update. So yeah, I've been enjoying making content and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it as well. Good video, good comment. Ribble Steam Railway Steam Gala, not happening that I know of yet. If something does happen and I know of a date when the railway will be open to the public again, I'll let you guys know. But for now, nothing's happening. 30.072 overhaul news. There is no news. There is nothing to report. Sorry. My favourite train at Ribble is number 2, Agecroft. Good choice. Agecroft is a very good loco. One thing I will say I am happy about is that we have had Agecroft, I believe it's Agecroft 1 and 2 at Ribble Steam Railway for a gala once. And I believe Agecroft number 3, I think it is almost done, undergoing restoration. It has had its troubles undergoing restoration, you know, vandals and all sorts and setbacks. But once all 3 are running again, it would be amazing to have all 3 of them on a triple header train at Ribble. That would be amazing. 56.43, 56.19, 55.42, Ribble Steam Railway Steam Gala. That would be a good lineup, like a little Great Western Gala for Ribble. That would be really something. I would go see that. I think Walkden could be out running service trains before Hornet, as Hornet hasn't been out on the tracks before. That is a very good and valid point. Hornet has not run on our metals under its own power. Walkden has. I don't know if that matters. I don't know if they'll have to test the loco and the gauging, if they got the wheels right. I don't know. If anyone in the comments can tell me, please do, because that will definitely help. But I am really looking forward to seeing Hornet back in steam again. Maybe even getting a chance to get back on the footplate and get a turn on that, because that would be fun. New intro, certainly more in keeping with your channel name. Keep the updates coming as lockdown eases, thanks. Yeah, I'm really glad that I did a channel that's, you know, got a Scottish loco instead of a Great Western one for a Scottish channel. Even though, you know, I don't sound Scottish at all, I am, I wouldn't say heavily Scottish, but my mum was from a place called Stirling, up in Scotland. If you haven't heard of it, what the hell are you doing? Go there right now. Just stop watching this video and go to Stirling. Book a train for the morning. No, my mum was from Stirling and I believe my dad was from the States, so that explains my tainted blood. 36.96 respite. Looks like this. Cheers Andy for the update. If you do your research into model loco maintenance, it will be beneficial to you, I'm sure, and we can all share. Yeah, it will be very beneficial, but the locos I was looking into at the time, whenever I've needed some information on like loco maintenance, has been the Hornby Black 5 that I've got, the Royal Scot, the Bachmann Ivet 2MT, and the Dapple B4 Normandy that I've got. There is next to sweet nothing on these locos, but you live and you learn, and I guess when you do pull them apart, they might break, but then you fix it yourself, you put it back together, you learn. Don't do that. You just don't do it. don't take locos apart, that you haven't got any information or any diagrams or any advice on what bits to do first or how to do it, or if there's something you should do first before removing all the screws. I just went into this with no knowledge at all, and I nearly ruined the Black 5. God, what else? I almost completely destroyed Normandy. I nearly lost all the valve gear on Worth Valley, so I am not touching any more locos. If they need the wheels cleaning, I'll clean the wheels, maybe lubricate the valve gear. That's all I'll do. I am leaving all the other stuff to the professionals. Sod that. All this talk of chopping up has given me an idea. Maybe as I get one of those overpowered hand lasers, I could cut through my expended PVC panels right quick. If it works, I'll call it the Andy knife. The intermittent contact initiates the sound, so the chuffing sync the rotation, exploration and discovery. Love it, done. Yeah, so he's talking about the contacts on Royal Scots tender that make the sound. It's like half plastic, half metal, so when the metal bit comes round and comes into contact with the two pickups, that brief second the bridge is connected with the metal on the axle, it makes the sound, and then when it goes back to plastic, the sound stops. Have I got the tender? Yes, I do. So you can see underneath, there it is. Yeah, the tender's not the... You get the gist. Pickups connect... the bridge connects the two pickups, the sound activates. When it breaks the circuit, the sound stops. It is working. I just need to clean up the pickups and the axle, make the connection a bit better. And then once I get the new body, it'll work like a dream. Of course you got a Tardis, loving the plan, Dunk. Yeah, I am quite a good Doctor Who fan, although as much as I love it, the female Doctor wasn't really a fan. But all the other Doctors, way back to Chris, all the way up to Peter Capaldi, I've absolutely loved all of it. I've loved the adventures, I've loved the story progression, I've loved the character progression, all the mysteries, all the little backs, the master, all sorts, just been absolutely amazing. I remember watching the first episode with Chris and my mum and dad one day, and it just blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. And if you remember, on Silverstone Steam Railway there was a TARDIS in a graveyard, and now there's a TARDIS next to the signal box that flashes, and I can get a figure of the Doctor and some angel figures that I'm thinking of getting, so that'll be something. Okay, so we've been given a story. I've not read this story, so brace yourselves. An old model railroader dies and finds himself standing before the pearly gates. He's afraid he'll miss all the fun he's used to, so he asks the St. Peter about model railroading in heaven and hell. St. Peter explains that in hell he can have a model railroad and a hectare in size, but in heaven he can only have a coffee table size layout. That ain't right, the man exclaims. When I lived, I had half to house. St. Peter sighed and said, well, in hell you must ballast all day. There is nothing worse than ballasting. I hate it. It's not that bad. When you've got the right knowledge, the right experience, you know what you're doing, it's not that bad. Just waiting for it to dry is insanity inducing. But honestly, I love that. Castle Valley Railroad, thank you for that story. I love that. Do more. Actually, anyone who wants to leave like funny little stories, please just leave them in as many videos as you can, or just, you know, make up random stories one after the other, and I'll do a whole video dedicated to it, because that was fun. Sorry to hear this sorry tale, Andy. Make your next layout just for yourself and your own enjoyment. I'm sure you can contribute to Ribble in other ways. Yeah, so it's talking about when I sold Silverstone Steam Railway and what happened. With this new layout, I am taking precautions to make sure that no one can mess with it. I am planning to get perspex for the front of the layout. I am planning to get boards that will cover the fiddle yard to make sure no kids can mess with it. Because if they mess with it, someone's going to get scalped. Cheers, Andy. Really interesting to see the bitumen workings taking place with the Sentinel. Thanks for sharing. You're very welcome. It is, I wouldn't say it's rare to see the bitumen trains running. They run nearly every morning, up to 4, maybe 5 times a week. It's just you've got to be up early enough to catch them, because I believe the train goes back to the main line at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's here about 7, 6 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, to catch it and watch it going back and forth and doing all the shunting is just a great sight to watch. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ribble is the only standard gauge railway in Britain with, you know, still ongoing commercial freight use. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ambitious plans, Andy. Look forward to seeing the progress. Progress probably won't be happening for a long time because I've got this to worry about now. And to be fair, as with me shaving my head, I feel like I've grown up a lot. I feel like I've matured. I feel like me growing my hair out was just me trying to be a kid still. And I feel like me having all these great big ambitious plans, you know, a mile list long, it was me sort of clinging on to sort of my childhood side of me sort of thing. Like I hadn't fully matured. I was still being a bit, you know, not really smart about things. So I had this great ambitious plan for this amazing huge exhibition layout with a main line and heritage line and all sorts. When I thought, well, hang on, you've not thought about X, Y, and Z that are actually going to hold you back as of right now. So put it on the back burner. You can still do it later, just, you know, not right now. So with this smaller one, I can still have fun, I can still run my trains, you know, it's just not going to be the size of the whole sodding room, you know. And this one's actually doable and it's not going to cost me $5 grand. Hello, cadet. Hello, citizen. Good morning. Morning. Fun. Fun. Where is this? My house. Damn straight more than 1 pint. I will get you more than 1 pint. Fine, I'll get you 2 pints. You didn't specify how many, so you're only having 2. To be fair, I'll probably just end up buying you a crate of that toffee apple cider that you showed me. Why not try and rebuild it? Simplest answer I can give as to why I'm not going to try and rebuild it. I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the parts, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, and I don't have the patience. And in other words, it's effed. You could have a cab with a photographer inside. Hashtag Gary7. Yeah, the editor of the Ribble Pilot magazine, Gary7, he's known for taking photographs inside cabs, so I might do. There's space for one. Actual human beings looked at that face and said, this won't scare kids at all. So yeah, this person's talking about the Friendly Engines faces that we have that were actually, if you didn't know this, the faces from the Friendly Engines that we use as our quote-unquote budget Thomas, because we can't afford the licensing, they were actually Blackpool Illuminations faces, and then when they got rid of them, they said, does anyone want these? And Ribble basically said, we'll have them. That's how we got the faces. So yeah, this won't scare kids. It scares kids. Even the really friendly faces. The Halloween faces, not a single kid cries. The friendly faces, kids crying left, right, and centre. You would not believe the amount of times, you know, we've had to refund tickets because kids just simply will not go into the museum, will not look at the train on the platform because of the face on the logo. That's telling me we need some new faces. Or we need to at least repaint them to make them look more friendly. Because one of them is just a blue face and it's horrible. Funny, but I wouldn't live stream a painting session as it'll be like watching paint dry. The only one of a kind, and they scrapped her. Yeah, Big Bertha was literally the only one of a kind, but that was the issue. Like the LNER Garrett, it was specifically built for banking purposes, and then when a banker wasn't needed anymore, more powerful locos, you know, were getting up the incline no problem, and the bankers weren't used, they didn't have any use for it, so they just scrapped it. It is a shame that it didn't get preserved, because it would have made an amazing museum piece or an amazing guest at a gala, or even, you know, the odd mainline charter back in the 90s if it had survived. But alas, it is what it is. Hi mate, I do love that Sentinel. It's nice to hear that Daphne is getting a new chassis. Yeah, I do have plans to buy a new chassis for Daphne, and the current one that's buggered, swap it with the Pegger that came with the new chassis for Daphne. So I've still got a rolling loco, and you know, I get a chassis that works and Daphne can get put back into use. But until I get the funds for it, it's just not going to happen yet. So Daphne's going to stay a rolling chassis for now, but it will work again. I just don't know when. What about an LED strip light in the canopy? Now I have thought about this, about getting a strip light just behind this board here to light up the layout. I will probably do it, just don't know when. I don't really have the need for any lighting as of yet, and I need to figure out the wiring setup because it's a mess underneath. I'm not going to show you because you people with OCD will have a stroke. The next layout update, I will show you the wiring. So get the defibrillators ready. Could have a single line crossing and a buffer stop on the line by the box. I did think about that, but by doing that, it is a pair of shunting sidings, but I also want to have locos maybe come in every now and again for storage. And if I put the buffers on the inside of the crossing and bring the gates forward, I will lose access to the top siding to Evening Star, the 68 and the Black 5. I believe Rudash and Hall will still fit, but I will lose access up there to 3 of my locos, and the fact that I have to get to the second siding in order to get to the first. I can't store anything in the head shunt, I can't store anything in the head shunt of the first siding. That head shunt that splits off into the 2 sidings, that has to be as big as I can possibly get it. If that means that the gates are constantly open, it'll be constantly open. Doing this layout, I have learned a lot of things, you know, about positioning, about where stuff should go, where it shouldn't go. Again, everything is a learning curve. You never stop learning when you're building a layout. Split the track control so I can test my paces on the sidings. Here's the issue. I have 2 rolling locos. I have Daphne and I have a Dapol J94. The issue with the Dapol J94s, or it might be a Hornby J94 at this point, is the wheels and the flanges are so big it will not go over the points on my code 75 Pico points, which sucks, but that's just what it is. So unfortunately mate, your paces will not go over these points. I'm sorry, unless you get a real track class 144. It's still a pacer, and I know you like the classic paces, but it's still pacer, so if you get that, then it will run on this track. I don't think it'll fit in the sidings because it's that big, but we'll give it a go. And the last comment of today is from our good friend Clarky, who says paces are iconic. Yes, I meant to say, this was on the video of things railway modelers don't say. I meant to say paces aren't iconic. For some reason it just got jumbled up in my head, and then when I went to edit I forgot to cut that bit out, so sorry. I do plan on doing another one where it's things railway modelers do say. That will probably be a lot longer than 2 minutes because we say a lot of so I hope you look forward to seeing that. I look forward to doing it myself. I'm going to leave this reading your comments video here. Thank you for all the amazing comments so soon after the last reading your comments video, which took about over a year to get enough comments to do. So I'm glad you guys are still, you know, talking. I'm still replying to every single comment I can. yeah, I just love this community that we've built so far, and I'm looking forward to see what it brings in the future. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like and a good comment. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike and a bad comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video. See you later. Bye for now.